Welcome back, everybody. Harry here, known as Trade Shop, and there's some interesting things on Bitcoin. I'm gonna look at some alts at the end of this video. I'm gonna look at Coti and Fed and just see what's going on with them. Maybe some potential opportunity. I'm hearing that there is maybe some news coming out, so keep your eyes on them. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So CMEs, we're back to Bollinger Bands. Do have the chance today to close above the topside Bollinger Band, coming in at in 11 hours. We did get rejected on first pass, but it would set me for a bullish bias if we do see us close above the topside Bollinger Band this week. And let's jump into the lower time frames and see what is going on the lower time frames. And where's my charts? There you are. And let's start with the daily. Daily getting rejected exactly at my zone here, which is normal to see a pullback here. On CMEs, we did reach all-time high, but it looks like on Bybit, we did not reach all-time high. But on CMEs, we have hit all-time high, and now we're having a bit of a pullback. So let's go see this more in depth on lower time frames. First, let's start off by the 4 hours. So you can see the wicks got right up to that zone here and rejected. Some might call this, oh, it's a double top. Nah, it's not really a double top. But the range is still pretty clear, right? We've closed below this range here, which implies where we're going. Well, the first bounce would have been here, which we did get exactly. As you can see, the first bounce, boop, came out. Now, second bounce is going to be here. And if we do close, then I do see us coming down all the way here. But maybe we do get bounce and close above the topside Bollinger Band. And then in the weekend, we do see these counter trend moves. So I wouldn't mind us to come down maybe to here. And you can see that I do have some sort of alert here, and you can pretty much figure out what I'm doing at that area. Uh, not financial advice, but at the end of the day, I do think that when we do reach around these wicks here, there should be a bounce on first pass, and if that gets sold into and we close a 4 hour below this area here, then that's that, right? We can talk about possibly coming back into this range here, but that hasn't happened yet, and on first pass, I do think we have a nice bounce here, and we'll see if that, I look at that as an opportunity for us to continue up and onwards. Some targets that I will have if we do continue up and onwards, is 59,593. Uh, Also, this is now confirmed on the 2 day. Do we have, let's see, 2 day confirmed top? Not yet. Uh, we can take it. It is confirmed on the 4 hour. So, or we can take it out of this whole accumulation here on the daily, actually, which would give us more long-term targets. We'll take some fibs. So my fib is actually up here, from here to there. And we're looking at 65,000, right? Coming up into the 60,000. I do think at psychological number right around 60,000, maybe a bit before here, we do see a pullback. But yeah, those are some targets. We can see this really breaking down now. Look at the 1 hour. Yeah, clean, clean. This is coming down probably to these wicks. So you'll see a bounce here for sure. And then probably coming down, tapping the support here. Definitely think these wicks are going to have a small bounce. And yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Let's see Ethereum. Ethereum, on the other hand, if we go daily, wrong chart, of course. There we go. Ethereum, on the other hand, got a nice bounce here, right at this support zone that I have drawn in here. Very nice bounce, and now getting sold into. If we do break this wick, it's looking a little bit more scary, and then I do think we come down to my box here at around 1600s. Uh, and if we do break that, then we can see even lower prices. Ethereum, getting rejected before getting into the bullish zone where I would consider it. So yeah, not looking the best. And but if Bitcoin pulls through, Ethereum will pull through naturally. Now let's go and look at these alts. So let's have a look at Coti first. So we can see a huge sell-off here. We are breaking the wicks, but we're holding a very, very clear support here like so, which is nice to see. And I bet if I go to the lower time frames, we'll see some sideways, really tight accumulation just based on these wicks, right? Because wicks are candles on lower time frames. And let's jump straight to the hour, and that's the tight accumulation. So this is looking good, right? The chart on a weekly looks good. You can see this big rising wick. I mean, we could have a wick fill, or this could be the top. Normally, we do see tops called at these big wicks. You could see a huge sell-off. But if there is some news coming up, maybe we could see some continuation. And we can see very clearly, guys, that this is a good area for accumulation at these wicks here, like so. I mean, you can see how many times prices bounce, and you can use risk management like no tomorrow at these areas here. So if you believe in the project and see some potential, you could possibly put in something here. And if price does close below here on a 4 hour, you can cut your losses very short, right? Because if we look at something as a position, something like that, and your loss will be something like this, you could keep a very tight, very, very, very tight, something like that, right? And then, you take profit. I mean, we could go to the 4 hour for a take profit. First take profit will be up here, which will be a nice from the bottom here, a nice 11%. Then up here, 24%. We break this, close above. Then you can be looking for a move. That was 39 plus 37, like about 70 somewhat percent move. So possible, chances here. Let's look at momentum. All, oof, very low daily momentum. Also turning down. Don't really like that, but any regression or anything. I mean, yeah, uh, we do have this coming in here like so. Let's see, like this. And we are coming very close. So guys, keep an eye on this, all right? Keep an eye. Look, if this hits here, right, go into your trading view and type Stokes, okay? Stochastic, you'll find it. And look at the daily time frame. If we do get a cross up like this, high chance I think we will continue up. And that entitled with news, then definitely because I saw a similar signature on if we go to uni and when we hit this area here, and you can see if I go out the chart, we caught this pump here. So keep an eye on that, not financial advice, of course. This is at the end of the day, this is all TA. If any bad news comes out, then this thing will crash. But yeah, definitely risk manage. If we do close below this pivot here, then it's not looking good. Some predictions, let's go back. Yeah, I mean, on a 4 hour, we can take a fib. Where can we take the fib? We can take it to there. I don't really trust Wix, some fib predictions is giving me back to all-time highs. So I definitely think that if we do get a bounce here, then definitely around a 60, a 65%, you do need to look to manage risk, and then we'll come back and look at that. Let's look at FED. So this, at the other hand, is looking daily Stokes are, getting a bit tired. This thing continuing up and onwards, having a bit a pump here. It's looking bullish to me. I don't see any trade opportunities, but if you're holding it, it looks great, holding upwards trend. What we can do is we can take some fibs on the daily. Where would I take a fib from? I mean, let's see if we're hitting any targets from this base to here. Yep, we're at a daily target here. That's why we can see these wicks here have got rejected because we're at a fib target. So we can go onto the lower time frame and look for some possible more fib targets. We could take it from, I mean, this is the real push of the move. It's hard to draw a fib off this, to be honest. There's no really confirmed top, but this is a very rough idea fib. If you can confirm this as a top, then you're looking at targets all the way up here, which is something like a 36%. So, but I don't really trust this. It's not really clear to draw a fib at the moment, but we'll definitely look at this in the future. With that being said, remember guys, take care, trade sharp, and until tomorrow, peace.